Here we're going to look at a bunch of different examples of simple interest. So the thing you have to remember is we have a formula, I equals PRT. I is your interest, P is the principal or the money you put in, R is the rate. You always want to use a decimal in terms of your rate. Most of the time, however, your rate is given as a percent, so you want to make sure that you always remember to convert. And then T is going to be given in years. So again, you got to read your problem very carefully, because if your time is given in something other than years, again, you're going to have to convert. So here we want to calculate the simple interest and round to the nearest cent. So we want to determine the interest owed on a $1,200 loan for 30 months at a rate of 19.5%. So essentially the first thing we have to do is we have to recognize that my time here is given in months. So we need to convert to years. Which essentially means I have to take the months that I've been given and divide it by the number of months in 1 year. So here we've been given 30 months, and then there's 12 months per year, and so that is going to give us a total of 5 halves of a year. And we want to use the fraction, not necessarily the decimal, to try and make our answer as accurate as possible. Now we can plug everything in. So here I'm going to have that my interest is equal to P, the money I put in, so the $1,200, times my rate. My rate is 19.5%, so the rate would be 0.195, so divide by 100, and then times your years. So this is 5 halves of a year, and that's going to give you your interest. So when you multiply all of that together, you're going to get $585. Now let's say we're purchasing a new computer using the store's 90-day same as cash deal. If the cost of the computer is $1,575 including tax, with an annual interest rate of 19.99%, how much would you owe on the 91st day if you make no payments during the first 90 days? So the first thing you have to do is you need to calculate the interest over the 90-day period. And so the way we do that is we simply recognize that 90 days is equal to 3 months, which converts to being 3 over 12 years. So in this case, I is equal to the $1,575, that's the cost of the computer, times the rate, 0.1999, and then times your years, so my 3 over 12 years. So this is going to give me an interest of $78.71 that has been earned or accrued over those 90 days. Therefore, the amount that's going to be owed, so in order to calculate the amount, owed on day 91, says that we have to take the cost plus the interest. So in this case, it would be the $1,575 that the computer costs, plus my interest of $78.71, and that's going to give you a total cost of $16.53 and 71 cents. So on the day 91, this is what we are owed, or what you owe on your purchase, is $16.53.71. Okay. Now let's say we want to borrow money And so we pawn a mountain bike, and then based on the value of the bike, the pawnbroker loans you $552. 1 month later, you get the bike back by paying the pawnbroker $851. What interest rate did you have to pay? So the first thing you need to calculate here is you need to calculate the amount of interest. To do that, you're going to take what you paid the pawnbroker and subtract away what he paid you, and that's going to give you a total interest of $299. Now based on that, we can use I equals PRT in order to solve. Now with this, what we have to keep in mind is that the R right here is your unknown. Your T has to be converted from months. Okay. The P is going to be the amount of loan that you received, and then the I is the interest you calculated. So in this case, what we actually have is we have 299 is equal to the 552 that you were given times the R, which is unknown, times 1 over 12. Because we paid this back, we said 1 month later. So my year is going to be 1 over 12. Okay, so the first thing we would do is we would work on reducing. So here we would get the 299 is equal to 46R. So R is equal to 299 over 46, which is 6.5. Since rates are given as percentages, we would simply have to then multiply this by 100%. So we find that your rate was 650%. Alright, last, what happens if we plan to buy a $12,000 sailboat in the next few years? We currently have $9,000 to invest, and we want to know how long basically, how long will we need to invest the money to have enough to purchase the sailboat if we earn 7.3% simple interest? Okay. So here, the purchase price minus what we have currently is going to be the amount we need to earn. So here we are looking at $12,000 minus the $9,000 that we have to earn. And so this means that we have to be able to earn $3,000 over the course of an unknown amount of time. Okay, so what we're trying to find is we're trying to find the T. So in this case, we would set it up so that the interest we have would be the $3,000 is what we want. I currently have $9,000. My interest rate is 0.073 because I'm going to divide by 100. And then my t is the piece that's missing. Okay, so here we would have that your $3,000 is equal to 657 times t. So here my t is going to be 3,000 divided by 657, which is going to give me 4.566. We want to round to the nearest tenth of a year, so this essentially would be 4.6 years. Okay, so it's going to take me 4.6 years to earn the additional $3,000 that I need in order to buy the sailboat that I wanted. So if you have any questions about simple interest, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.